video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello guys, this is the TFN Geek, and I am having a bummed out evening. I tried to join 2 live streams, and I asked politely and was promptly told sorry, no. So, if I sound unhappy during this review, I apologize, but I got 2 rejections tonight, so I know it's bad to let my emotions get the best of me when recording a review, and not everybody wants to see a person's negative emotions, but I think it's important that all emotions are shared across YouTube, because honesty is always the best policy, isn't it? Well, basically, to try and make up for my bummed out evening, I decided to bring you guys a quick double review, and we're going to be taking a look at 2 Transformers action figures tonight. First up, we have the main figure that this review will be focused on, which is the Transformers VNR Volvo Optimus Prime action figure. This is one of the most recent collaborative Transformers figures that's been released. At least I'll get to the next figure in just a moment after we've covered this. So here's the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime. It's a straight-up repaint of the 2022 Christmas holiday Optimus Prime action figure that was painted to look like Santa Claus. After that figure is released, Hasbro decided, why don't we release Optimus Prime in his normal, mostly red and blue Generation 1 colors, and so that's how the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure came to exist. This version of Optimus Prime, the tractor cab section, which is the actual Optimus Prime figure, is based on a real-life model of a semi-tractor truck made by the Volvo Motor Company. I don't know why they chose the letters VNR for this, but it's essentially a repaint of the Christmas 2022 Optimus Prime figure done in Generation 1 colors. Here's one side of the box where you got a blueprint style of Optimus Prime's alt mode. On this side, you got Optimus Prime's face. You got the authentic Transformers logo. On the top of the box, you got the same image as the front of the box, where the reason why it goes to white outlined with the trailer is because the trailer's nothing new. It's a straight-up repaint of the Earthrise Optimus Prime figure. And coming on here to the back of the box, we got product photos. We got Optimus Prime in his robot mode, his alt mode of a semi-truck. He transforms between both modes in 37 steps. And yeah, it's a pretty unique Optimus Prime action figure. Some people have said with the way the cab section of the truck ends up on the back of Optimus Prime's legs, it's somewhat similar to the Transformers Generation 2 Hero Optimus Prime action figure that was released in 1994. I have that figure. I won't bring it out for a size comparison since it's on a shelf behind a bunch of other Transformers, but some Transformers fan collectors have said that with a different trailer, this figure could easily be repainted into that G2 Optimus Prime. I don't know if Hasbro's license agreement with the Volvo Motor Company has expired or if it still exists, but it is a nice breath of fresh air having Optimus Prime transform into a miniature version of an actual model of semi-truck. On that note, I kind of wish the one thing they would have retooled with the trailer would have been the wheels. That way they would have been matched up with Optimus Prime, because with the same wheels as the Earthrise figure, just looks like VNR Optimus Prime stole Earthrise Optimus Prime's trailer. But enough nitpicking. Let's set that figure aside. So the next figure I'm going to review here is a quick one that I almost didn't even buy, and I actually passed on it back when it was released, and it's the 2019 35th Anniversary Megatron action figure. This was a Walmart exclusive done in Megatron's G1 cartoon colors. And the main reason I got this figure was to be rivals with the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure, because I felt that what Optimus Prime was truly missing apart from a new trailer design, was having a Megatron figure stand opposite him as an arch rival. So I decided to get the 35th Anniversary Megatron, since it was the most clean-cut version Voyager class Megatron figure that's been released recently. Most Voyager class Megatron figures that have come out have been mold mates with the Siege Megatron. The only Voyager class Megatron figure to come out in recent times that was part of the Generations line was the Gamer Edition Studio Series Megatron figure. figure. So I'm really hoping we get a new Generation 1 style Megatron figure in the near future, preferably leader class, as to stand opposite the upcoming Commander class Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime figure. But yeah, there's 35th anniversary cartoon colored Megatron. On his box, he transforms back and forth from robot mode to tank mode in 17 steps. And yeah, I think it can pass as, even though it's meant to stand opposite the 35th anniversary Series Optimus Prime figure, I think this can stand opposite the Volvo VNR Optimus Prime figure. So without further ado, let's get these guys out of the box and take a quick look at them in robot mode. Alright, and so here are Prime and Megatron transformed into their robot modes out of the boxes. Now, out of the box, the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure actually comes started off in his packaged in his alt mode. But because Megatron transforms into robot mode and he threatened to murder me if I didn't start off in robot mode for both him and Prime, I figured why not. So, apologize. I normally try to start off with the modes that Transformers figures come packaged in, but yeah, here's VNR Volvo Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Again, he's a straight up repaint of the 2022 Christmas Santa Claus Optimus Prime figure. This time he's just done in his G1 red and blue paint job. He has the same gimmick, which is now universally installed on Optimus Prime figures, where you open up his chest and he has a removable Autobot Matrix of Leadership. That's really nice to see. He does have an Autobot logo on his shoulder, just like the Christmas Prime figure, but unfortunately it's much larger, so the metal pin that holds his shoulder joint in place, and now it looks like there's a hole that's been carved into the Autobot logo, so I kind of wish they would have kept the Autobot logo on the shoulder the same size, so it wouldn't look like Optimus Prime had an injury to his Autobot logo, or if they had at least done two on both shoulders, at least that would have been fine, but to my knowledge, that's the only Autobot logo that this figure has in both robot and alt modes. The idea of having no Autobot logo on the alt mode is that it helps Optimus Prime be more of a robot in disguise, as like the Generation 1 Transformers figures are. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty impressive Optimus Prime action figure, and this one, the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure, does go for more or money than the Christmas Prime does. But I personally think this is the better of the two figures, because the Christmas Prime, since it's a Christmas holiday special, it's only relevant 1 month of the year, but this non-Christmas based Prime is able to last all year long, so yeah, it's pretty nice looking. I believe the head sculpt is a new design, and I don't think it's been used on any of the previous Optimus Prime figures that have come out. I do enjoy that they did make the eyes a much brighter shape of blue than the rest of his helmet. Some Optimus Prime figures, especially Earthrise Prime, the shade of blue used on the eyes is almost the same as the helmet, so from a distance it looks like Optimus Prime doesn't have any eyes at all. I kind of wish that Hasbro and Takatomi would release more Optimus Prime figures that are done with yellow eyes, just like his Generation 1 action figure had, where he had yellow painted eyes on his face. Ace, I've always been fond of yellow-eyed versions of Optimus Prime, since the yellow eyes help to make his eyes pop out more against his blue helmet, but that's just me nitpicking at this point. As far as I know, there are some parts on this version of Prime that were recycled from the Legacy G2 Laser Optimus Prime figure, but I can't remember which ones are on the top of my head, so it's not an entirely new mold. I believe the lower arms and the hands are the same as they were on the Laser Prime, but I could be wrong. I know I should have probably looked into it before starting this review. But yeah, it's a decent amount of articulation, swivel joints in the shoulders, so the arms have the potential to spin 360 degrees, but you do have to move the arms out of the way to get them past the wheel joints in the back. Arms can go out this far at the shoulder. There's swivel joint in the bicep, but on this arm it does, out of the box, want to pop off. Hinged elbows, wrist articulation, even swivel joints. Right, swivel jointed waist. If you move the arms out of the way, the legs can go out this far, so Optimus Prime can almost do a split, but not quite. The legs can go forward this far, they can go back this far, and so even with the wheeled backpack there, the legs still have a pretty decent amount of articulation on them. Swivel jointed thighs, but out of the box, the swivel joints are a little tight, much more than they are on the waist joint. Double hinged knees due to transformation. And the feet can go in and out at the ankle, so you do have ankle pivot. The toes can go up and down a tiny bit, but that's more due to transformation. So yeah, pretty fantastic amount of articulation and action poses you can get the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure into. And then, of course, the 35th Anniversary Megatron figure. He's just a straight up repaint of Siege Megatron. His black parts have been replaced with charcoal gray. The gunmetal gray used on the Siege Megatron is now a much lighter shade of gray. And it's such a light shade of gray, it's almost blending in with the gray shirt I normally wear when I do my reviews. But yeah, overall, pretty fantastic looking figure. And again, the main reason I got this Megatron figure was because what I felt the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure was missing more than anything else was having a Megatron figure to stand opposite of him. So I chose the 35th Anniversary Megatron figure due to the clean-cut paint job that VNR Prime has, and this was the most clean-cut Megatron figure that's come out recently. But yeah, there they are in robot mode again. And before I transform these guys, here is the trailer that VNR Prime comes packaged with. So there's the drone extended out into the repair station mode. Again, the trailer is a straight up repaint of Earthrise Prime's trailer. The main difference is that the stripes are now more vibrant and prominent. The Autobot logo stands out more. And then the axle housing for the wheels of the trailer, the repair drone, and then of course the back door for the trailer, which can detach and become a shield for Prime to use. Those are all done in black plastic, whereas they were done in a blue plastic on Earthrise Prime. I've seen some Transformers fans and collectors take off the side panels here on VNR Prime and swap them out with the trailer parts for Earthrise Prime, since this one has more vibrant stripes running along the side of it. But I've only seen literally about one or two collectors actually do that, do in part two. Most Transformers fans and collectors not even wanting to get the VNR Prime figure just because, even though it is a unique design to Optimus Prime, and again, part of the uniqueness comes to how he transforms. Again, the cab section of him, instead of ending up being his robot mode chest, it actually transforms into his robot mode legs, and that's something most Optimus Prime action figures don't do universally, since most Optimus Prime action figures try to have a similar transformation to Generation 1 Optimus Prime, where the cab of the truck mode ends up becoming his robot mode chest. But there hasn't been too much motivation amongst Transformers fans and collectors. Some got it just because it's a unique design on Optimus Prime, and it's the most successful Optimus Prime figure released recently that's a robot in disguise. Eisen lives up to that catchphrase due to how this figure is a miniature version of a real-life model of Tractor Cab. I'm not repeating myself at this point, but this figure, it started off with kind of a bad reputation, and for those of you who don't know why, I'll explain right now, setting Megatron off to a side here. I had said that the bulk of this review would be focused on VNR Prime. So the main reason why this figure started off with a bad reputation, and I apologize for not saying this while he was still in his box, but this figure, before it became Optimus Prime in his Generation 1 colors, it was supposed to be a, collaborative figure where, instead of being done for the Christmas holiday season, this version of Optimus Prime was originally supposed to transform into an Amazon delivery truck. But at the time when this figure was going to be released last year in 2023, it was announced that a lot of Amazon workers were going to go on strike because working for Amazon is the worst company to be working for in the United States right now, apparently, and it's still true. As of this video's recording in the year 2024, a year after this figure was released for the first time. The Amazon employees have said they work long hours with only minimum wage pay. They have no benefits, and they hardly get any time off. And so, when Hasbro realized they were about to endorse a Optimus Prime action figure for a company who's has the worst reputation for employee treatment, they decided to pull out from it. And said, no, we're going to just do Optimus Prime in Generation 1 colors. And so that's how the VNR Optimus Prime figure came to be. Apparently, Hasbro hasn't severed ties completely with Amazon, since there's still Amazon exclusive Transformers figures that are going to be released during the summer months later this year. But as far as having Transformers action figures that actually endorse Amazon, Hasbro said, no, we are going to stay away from that entirely. Entirely so. Yeah, I was saddened to hear how harsh and horrible the conditions are for Amazon employees. Why, since I buy stuff from Amazon all the time, there was talk of unionizing the Amazon workers, and the CEOs at Amazon said, no, we don't want that to happen, so it's a big mess right now. So that's kind of why when VNR Prime was released, Hasbro didn't do any enormous build up for him. They just said, here's the Christmas Prime figure painted up as Generation 1 Optimus Prime instead of painted up to look like Santa Claus. So if you want an Optimus Prime figure that transforms into an actual model of semi-truck, here you go. So yeah, that's the history behind this action figure. So now that we've got that set aside, let's get both Optimus Prime and Megatron transformed into their alt modes and wrap up the review. Alright, and so here's the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime transformed into his alt mode. He rolls pretty well. I really enjoy the sculpted detailing here used on the tires. Again, here's the truck cab. There's the Volvo Motor Company logo there on the front. He does have only one smokestack, but I did look up into it, and yes, these models of semi-truck do have just one smokestack, like in Germany, so that's is accurate to the way this semi-truck is designed. I love how you've got the back window there where the matrix of leadership is visible. And yeah, overall, it's a pretty fun Optimus Prime action figure. You got 4 sets of rear view mirrors, 2 on the hood, and then 2 on the sides of the tractor cab section. The back of the trailer hitch bed is a little floppy since there's no tabs that lock those different parts into place. They're just held by friction, so that can be a bit of a pain. But overall, it does roll pretty well. Unfortunately, most of the weight is on the front of the truck, so when you roll it along on a solid surface, the back wheels tend to not want to roll really well since there's not too much weight holding it down. But then when you attach the trailer, the wheels do roll fairly nicely. And again, I wish the one part they would have designed new on the trailer would have been new tires to match up with Optimus Prime's wheels. I don't know if the new wheels on the VNR Volvo Prime can be attached to the trailer or not. I believe no. The wheels are too large. They're large, but maybe someone has developed a upgrade kit that replaces the wheels on the trailer. The one part that is new here is right here on the bottom of the trailer. There's a new trailer hitch extension that allows the Earthrise trailer to interact with this mold. Because if you take it off and you use the original trailer hitch, the trailer sits all the way back, far back out here, and no semi trucks have trailers that attach that far back away from them. And so that's why the new hitch was designed so the trailer sits up much closer here. Here, Optimus Prime does rotate well. Even if you were to attach his ion blaster to the base of the trailer, there's enough clearance space that the trailer can, and the truck can pivot around. So yeah, it rolls around really nicely. I see. So yeah, it's a really nice that it interacts well. And again, you have the same kickstands here. So if you want to leave the trailer attached, you can have Optimus Prime leave his trailer here while he goes off on the battlefield. And for another And once again, for a quick size comparison, here he is next to the 35th Anniversary Megatron figure. So again, this is just the Siege Megatron done in Megatron's G1 cartoon paint job. It does kind of sort of roll, but the problem with the wheels on this mold is that they're really tiny, so yeah, it's more pushing it around that causes it to move. But yeah, they are pretty great Transformers figures working together. I apologize for my microphone being in the way of getting them all on full view without adjusting my camera. So yeah, there they are. There's Optimus Prime with Megatron. And so overall, they're both pretty impressive looking Transformers action figures. And so for the final proverbial question of the review, do I recommend getting both these figures and adding them to your Transformers collection? I only recommend getting these if, like me, you're an avid fan of both Optimus Prime and Megatron, and if they're your favorite characters. If you don't, the main selling point for the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime figure is that it's a Optimus Prime figure that transforms into an actual model of semi-truck, so it's an Optimus Prime figure that manages to be more of a robot in disguise than most of the other Optimus Prime figures we've gotten. So if you're not really if you're not interested in buying an Optimus Prime figure for the sake of having Optimus Prime successfully be a robot in disguise, and the VNR Prime can be an easy pass, especially for the aftermarket prices that it goes for, because I apologize for not saying this earlier in the review, but this figure was released exclusively on Hasbro Pulse, just like the Christmas Prime figure was, so that's why it goes for a lot. The same with the 35th Anniversary Megatron figure. The main reason I passed on it originally was because I wasn't interested in having a figure of Megatron done for the sake of him being in his G1 cartoon paint job. And the reason why he has the splotch marks on here is because it was Hasbro and Takara Tomi's attempt at mimicking the different shades of reflective sunlight reflecting off the metallic surface of Megatron that Sunbow Productions did for the Transformers G1 cartoon. So yeah, it's overall, if you're a fan of both Optimus Prime and Megatron, then I do recommend getting these figures. But if you aren't really a fan of either of them, then they can be an easy pass. But I myself personally don't regret adding them to my Transformers collection. So I recommend getting these guys if you're avid Optimus Prime and Megatron fans. But if you're not and you're fine with the original Siege Megatron and the Earthrise Optimus Prime figure, then these figures can be an easy pass. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support. I've seen a lot of people say that they watch my reviews and they enjoy them, but I don't know if you guys have actually watched the videos unless you leave a comment down in the comment section. So please leave a comment here. I am close to hitting 800 subscribers. I'm currently at 783 subs, so only 17 need to go before I finally reach 800. Hopefully the upcoming reviews I do will convince more people to sub and join my channel. I had someone comment the other day that they enjoy hearing all the knowledge I have on Transformers, so thank you to the person who said that. So thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been the TFN Geek, and this has been my double review of the VNR Volvo Optimus Prime and 35th Anniversary Megatron action figures. Thank you guys all so much, and until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.